How dare you!
This video contains scenes which use time-lapse videography and fast screen changes, which can affect some sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, so today we have this. It's a Yardman by MTD, powered by Honda, with a GCV160 158cc engine, producing about 5.5 horsepower. Yep, look at that, a Yardman on this channel. How about that? And an engine that's not a Tecumseh. Say one thing about these wheels. They feel like they're ball bearing wheels. I have a feeling that's because they are. Unfortunately, this deck is shot. So what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be stripping this mower down. Because as you can see, it's got one perforation there and another perforation there, and that metal does not look very sound. I have no idea if this even runs. I haven't tried it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get this engine running, and after that we're going to tear this mower down, pull the wheels off, pull the engine off the deck, and get these handlebars off, because there's a mower deck here that I think should get those handlebars. I mean, it already has ball bearing wheels, so you've got to stay tuned for that video. Those bars, I'm not sure what they fit. I can't remember. Anyway guys, let's crack into this, see if this thing will run. I guess first things first though, let's check the air filter. Ah, that's nice. It's broken. You know it's bad when it falls off and a whole lot of grass falls out. That's a really not a good sign. Oh, you know, it's not as bad as what it could have been. I thought this thing was absolutely loaded with grass, but just seems to be loaded with spider webs. Yeah, the filter's not that bad. It's in half decent shape, but I'll replace it. I got a bunch of them anyway. So let's get something combustible, give it a squirt in there, and see if she'll start and run. But before we do that, oh yeah, there's plenty of oil in there. So there we go. Okay, here we go, something combustible. Someone complained saying that I'm giving it too much and that I should only limit it to like maybe a half-second spray, so yeah, whatever. There, I think those were about a half-second each. And the pull cord is sticking. I don't think it's disengaging. Let me grab my pliers. So let's see if this thing's a problem. Seems to be already a problem. Yeah, this cable's definitely a problem. The choke doesn't seem to work properly. Like, it opens the flap and all, but as you can see, it's, well, maybe there's also it's stuck. But oh, there that went a little bit. No more tension on that cable at all. So we've pulled it back. Let's see. Let's start. But since we're not worried about whether the thing's gonna start and run, because there's no gas in it, we just want to see if the engine's viable, if it's gonna start and start. So whatever, let's just pull it over and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? Absolutely nothing, because there's no spark, because the ignition kill system won't disengage. So let's try it. What the heck. Yep, it started. So we'll turn the choke off, give it another spray. Try it again. So I wonder if we give it gas, think it'll start and run. Let's try it. Let me get my camera set up, and then we'll see if we add gas, if it'll start and run. All right, see you shortly, guys. All right, let's get some fuel in here. First, turn off the fuel line. Now, I was told that this thing was finicky to start. I wonder if that's this. If that's what was finicky. Let's turn the choke on. Let's see. Maybe this is also the finicky part. Yeah, she doesn't want to start. Not at all. So let's see. Maybe if we get a little bit of sauce, it'll run. Let's try that. Let's see if it'll run. Nope. It won't run. So we got to go through the carb. Oh. Wah, wah. Turn the fuel on, ding dong. Turn the fuel on. It's been a while since I've worked on a Honda. Can't you tell? Right. Now let's try it. That zip tie is barely on. So this cable and whole kill system's buggered. So let's see, is it the kill system? As you can see. And I think it's finally out of fuel. Very interesting. Very interesting. So the only issue with this engine is the kill doesn't work. And I'm not sure if the choke's working, because it's kind of sticking. That's a problem. So we got to address the choke, and we got to address the engine brake. Now I have a feeling it's just the cable. The cable's buggered. And if we try to free up the cable, hopefully we can free it up. What I'm thinking of doing is, I wonder how well that'll work. Kind of like soaking one end in, just blasting with a bit of PB blaster, letting it soak overnight, and let it just soak, and I don't know, see if that frees up the cable. Because it looks like it's stuck at right here. This looks like it. This is this point where it's stuck. So yeah, I don't think it's cable, because if I pull on it with pliers, it doesn't budge, not at all. I'm pretty sure it's not the engine brake. This seems to move freely. So let's just take this cable right out of the equation entirely. Oh, come on, really? Oh, what a pain. She's stuck. She's stuck, but good. Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video. Okay, so a little bit of deformation might be in order. At least temporary deformation. Sheesh. Let's bend all this back. There we go. Almost like it never happened. Yeah, completely jammed. Look at that. Sort of working. I guess because the engine's not running, it doesn't really. Interesting. Run. Right. Next, because we know the carb works, we know it starts the engine just fine, but it won't shut it down because the cable's shot. I don't think there's really much else to do with this engine. We just need to replace the cable and the deck, because this deck, I think it's shot. We can't use this. This deck is done. Like paper thin. Shouldn't be able to do this. Just solid. Relatively solid. Rusted. Look at that. It just falls right apart. So this mower is toast. This engine's good. So I have a plan for this. I do have a plan for this. I think I'm going to stick it on a Toro. Maybe might stick it on a Toro. Or I might have another Murray deck that I can put it on. Or I can find something for it. Actually, what if I took this off? I take it off of here and we put it onto there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do this episode. We're going to take that engine and we're going to plop it onto there. Why am I taking this engine off? What is wrong with this one? Good question. So if you see here, that bolt's broken. Because there it is, right there. So that'll make it easier. I can pull this engine off. Yeah, I can pull this engine off and put that Honda on here. And there we go. So let's wheel that one over. Hi, Murray. Oh, wait, no, that's Canadiana. And that was the Rally. So now we got a plan. Let's pull this engine off of here and plop it onto there. Right, let me get a few tools all sorted for this and we'll get started. So one thing I'd like to do with this, ever since I've got this engine, is I really want to know if it runs. That's all I want to know. Ever since this bolt, when I got it, I thought, oh, I'll just fix this, and then it has this crazy charcoal canister nonsense junk, which is broken off anyway, so I don't even know where it goes on this. Well, I actually have no idea where that goes. I know the canister goes here, but where's the rest of it hooked up to? I have no idea. I've tried looking at the drawings, or not the drawings, but the, I guess the drawings for this, and I couldn't figure anything out. I wanted to order parts to see if I can get this thing fixed, but no idea. No idea. I have no idea even what these guys did, other than the fact that they broke the mounting bolt. But I want to see if this thing runs. And one of the ways I can do it is I can put this on at least with 2 bolts, and I can take that starter recoil and put it right on here. And then we can see if this engine runs, because that'd be kind of cool. Just, I guess, seeing if it runs. Right, so let's, what the heck, let's try it. Let's try it. There. Yeah, we got a rainstorm. Moved in. So it's been a day or two. I ended up getting busy, and today's a lot cooler, much nicer day. Let's pop this off. Needs addressing anyway. Oh, right. I forgot. So let's get that off. I have to get my vice grips. I'm not sure where my 10 mil wrench is at the moment. I might know where it is actually. There we go, that should work now. Yeah, much better. Will work much better. Okay, if I can hold it on. It's amazing what happens when you have the right tools. I have no idea what happened here. No idea how they did this. No clue. It's impressive. There. Now I can pull this off and compare. Maybe it'll work. Let's try it. What the heck, right? It is a Honda clone. See? Ah, shucks. Shucks. Poopies. It's not that much of a clone. The Chinese are slacking. That's an interesting way that they did the rope. Why is it there? I don't think it's supposed to be there. The rope is not supposed to be... Did these guys redo the rope and jam it through there? Why? Why is it there? It doesn't belong there. This is probably what screwed it all up to begin with. What the heck is this nonsense? Let me pick that out. Okay. So then I can re-rope this, actually. So let's do that. Let's quickly re-rope this. Not a big deal. Twist this till it doesn't turn anymore. And then I'll unwind it one. There's that. So that's at the top. I'll unwind it one full revolution. Right, so let's see, where's the hole? Way over there. So we'll let her unwind to the hole part. Hey, come on now. None of that. Might as well use the broken stud for something useful. It's just threading through there. Yeah, that's okay. It can stay like that. There, now I'll let it go in. Perfect. There. Needed it anyway. Oh, that is bloody fantastic. Check that out. Oh, I didn't notice that before. How could I? How could I? Right, so we'll just rotate that. So if we have to, we pull it off to the side. Big deal. I'm going to pin this open. Is there gas in this? There's no gas in this. That's fine. That's fine. So we can see if this thing will start and run. That'd be kind of cool to see if this thing actually starts and runs. And since these are just 10 mil, we'll put, I guess, one back on here. And then these can go on here. I know, you can get these things on Amazon for like 15, 20 bucks or whatever it is. I'll link one down below just in case, because this is actually really common for the handle to snap. And if you don't, or not the handle, but the rope, and if you don't feel like replacing the rope, you can actually get a new one of these for like 15, 20 bucks. I'll link one down below. Here's the forgotten spark plug wire. Oh, isn't do that. Oh wow, she's like tight. Obviously the bail's not pulled, but still. Listen to that. There was a fair amount of rust on there. There's compression. Yeah, all right. Let's check the air filter. Hey. That's a decent air filter. It almost looks like this thing was cared for. It really does. Well, that's really unfortunate that that happened. Apparently, all that happened was the rope broke. The kids thought that they could fix it and save a little bit of money, so they fixed it all right. And since it was all buggered, the guy's like, here, you can have it for free. And yeah, I'm kind of glad that he gave it to me, because it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting to see this mower, what Craftsman turned into. Why can't I get this on? What is wrong with me? Am I like stunned? Jeez Louise. I feel like I'm stunned. I can't get it in. It's been too long, I guess. I don't know. Oh, what's going on here? Come on, you were just closed. There. Guess you got to beat it up a little bit. Why did I close it? I don't know why I closed it. I should just... Well, let's check the oil. Yes, there's oil. Doesn't look too bad. I don't know why I closed it. Because I need to give it a squirt or two. Oh, and it's an auto choke too. Let's give it a little bit more. There. And we'll leave that out. Okay. So... just because I don't feel like monkeying around. Good enough. Now, let's see. Oh, I better move you before I accidentally bump into you. There we go. Will you start? Oh yeah, no problem. Let's give it a couple more. Oh, it wasn't fast enough. Yeah, this engine runs perfectly fine. I bet if I added gas, it'd fire right up, no problem, and start and run and be good to go. Yeah, it's a little smoky. I mean, not the best stuff to use as fuel, but it works fine to see if the engine will run just fine, and it does. It runs just perfect. So, I guess parts it has become, because, well, yeah, it's a good engine, just that's broken. And I don't feel like dealing with that silliness. Maybe one day I will. Maybe something for like the winter months when there's some downtime. I can take some time, drill that out. You know, actually just focus on getting this thing actually running properly, like the engine anyway, and back up to snuff. As far as that goes with the charcoal canister, I think there's a hose port on the back of the, yeah, there is. I felt it. So what I'll do is I'll just I'll block that off. I mean, to heck with it. And wherever the other side connected to the other hose, maybe just vent it to the atmosphere. I'll just get rid of that charcoal canister entirely. I mean, whatever. It's a lawnmower. Like, come on, who cares? But anyway, let's get started pulling this thing apart. Oof. Look at that. Take off the spark plug. Let's see, what size is this? 14 mil? No. 17 mil? Little sloppy. 5/8. I think that's 9/16. That's 9/16. Darn it. let's try 16. Oh yeah, perfect. Right on the money. So good, it's set to maximum. Let's take it off. So let's take it off. It's off. Wait, what was that? What the heck? Did someone silicone it? Why? That is so weird. Oh, look at that. The star's gone. And the tits are almost worn, like just worn right out. They're like a floppy pair of tits. They're just hanging down. That ain't gonna stop anything. Oh dear. So that explains why there was silicone. Like, that's not gonna do anything. Silicone will seal for oil, but it's not like it's not like rotational forces. Like, yeah, that's gonna do bugger all. Well, I take it back about this thing being cared for. This thing was devastated. Look at that bottom of this deck. Wow, I haven't actually looked under here. What a disaster. The blade work? Is it bent? I don't think it's bent. It might be. It's not bent. I thought it was. Alright, so where's the mounting bolts? I guess they're somewhere under this grassy mess. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. Where's the last one? Right there. What size are they? They're not 16. They're probably 14. They're not 14. Okay. Or, no, that's 16. That's 15. Yeah, that's 5/8. Okay. So, what the heck? Where is my 12 and 13? I just had those. Okay. So, let's see. 13? 13. Okay. Now to rest it on my knee. Yep, it's free. Let's get this guy off. Maybe I should have done this when the engine was still mounted. Probably would have been the smart idea. Quiet, you guys. There, we'll just do that instead. Why did you stop? Why for you stop? You were recording. Okay, well, it's a good thing that it's recording now. So that water came out of there. That was... Look at that. That's hilarious. Right. Yes, it's obvious water gets in there. That's duh, because how else would these things rust? Okay, so that is good. All right, Mr. Engine, let's go. Like that. Okay, since this thing is now free of an engine, let's clean it up. So let me straighten up, get the pressure washer set up, and we'll get started. See you shortly, guys. Should be pressurizing. Someone shut that off. There we go. There, let's let the deck dry off for a bit, and then we'll be back and we'll get the other engine off and get it on there. And there we go. What I would like to do, maybe it'll work. I wonder if I can get that shroud and gas tank onto this engine. I wonder if I can do it. Let's see. So we gotta pop those, 210 mil. Let's get this off. Come on, off of there already. Oh, that's not nice. Silly fuel filter. You are supposed to be in there. What a silly fuel filter. What is it doing out of the fuel filter and inside the line? Right. So this comes off. I know, it's got gasoline in it. Big deal. That is not what we're worried about. Will this fit? Come on. Please fit. Please fit. That will be so freaking cool. I just want you to fit. Ho ho ho! No way! Yes! Yes, it fit! That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, I love it. Come on. Come on, look how cool that was. Just boop. It fit just perfect. Now that's actually a pretty good clone. And I kind of like this style over that. Well, yeah, I kind of like how it looks. And the fuel line should just pop right on. Ha! Yes! That's fantastic. Right. So, that's drying off. Yeah, let's let it finish drying off, and then we'll come back and take care of that. Alright guys, see you soon. What in the world? Oh, getting an emergency alert. (2023) Nissan. How much you want to bet it's an Altima? Well, since we know this is a perfectly viable engine, might as well just give it an oil change. It's off, and just dump it right into the oil collection bucket. Let's quickly do that. This makes life easier. It's already off. There we go. That's all that oil out. So let's start it up and see what happens, right? So this takes about 500 milliliters of engine oil, or it's 17 US ounces of oil. And the oil, 10W30. So let's get 500 mil of the good stuff in there. Oops, made a small mess. Let's quickly clean that up. I know, you're not supposed to thread it all the way in. Hard to say. Yeah, we're full. Good, let's get this engine mounted. Oops, don't fall down now. You don't need that happening. Hey, come on now. None of that. That's threading in nice. That was a whole lot of not so much fun. There, 2 of them are on. And with a 14 mil, also 9/16, we'll quickly zap them on. Oh, that's right. It's not a 14. Oh, silly me. I forgot. It's a 13 mil. There. Let's try that again. Last one. That other one's not all the way up. It's not all the way. That one, I haven't put it all the way in yet. There we go. Yeah, it's going to get all caked with dirt and grass again anyway. But that's after we cut the grass. So now, let's get the blade on there. As it says there, bottom. I don't like the way that was threading. It's probably the same threads, but I don't like the way that one was going in. So let's use this one. I think that's the one that was in there before anyway. And it's threading in much nicer. So rather use one that I can thread in by hand. .16 mil. That goes to about 32 foot-pounds. This, at number 3 with like 2 agadagas, is about 30, between 30 and 40 foot-pounds. So, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Okay. All we got to do now is the brake cable. And that's this guy. Should be the same. So we'll pop it on here. Actually, I think we put it in here first. Up here. Yeah, put it up there first. Then we'll do that. Now let's see. Oh, that emergency alert killed the iPhone. That's not nice. Anyway, look at that. Perfect. Ha ha ha. It's a good clone. Good clone. So now we got to get the fuel out and into here without spilling it. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. So take this off. Maybe I should have done that after. Yeah, whatever. So we'll drain the fuel down into the tank from the hose. We'll go back in. It's funny, when I went to go and let this stay, well, let this dry, a storm decided to blow in. But not surprising considering how hot it was. Come on. I hate these clamps. Goodbye, clamp. Useless thing. I do not like these. They're terrible. Terrible design. I'll get a different one. Did it too. Look at that. These filters, I'm telling you. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, right, I need a clamp. Right, let's see which one of these clamps is going to work. Let's try this one. No, I need a smaller one than that. Come on now. Here, let's try this one then. Ouch, something pricked me in the leg. Yeah, that'll gonna work. So we want this one. There. Okay. And we'll do this. Put that on. Oops, sorry, filter. Then we'll pee the fuel into here. The most dangerous stuff in the world, apparently. Look how deadly it is. It's catching fire right now, do you see? It's spontaneously combusting like an EV will. Look how dangerous it is. It's just burning up. Oh no, it's gonna catch fire. Come on now. Look how many things I just burned down with this. There we go. Perfect. Okay, filter. Go back in. You can hide in there. Yeah. Right, I gotta do the pull rope for the Honda one. That's right. Okay, so let's take a look, find out why this is not retracting. Well, I've already got it here, so might as well change the rope, I guess. There. Okay, let me quickly grab my lighter. Amazon delivery. Not mine. I don't have anything on order. Yeah. There, I'll quickly measure it off. That's when it ends up releasing on me, right? No, they're not the greatest cutters, but they have, it's just what I have on me at the moment. There we go. There we go. That looked like that did the trick. Amazing what a little bit of lube will do. I mean, sometimes you gotta go dry, but a little bit of lube goes a long way, I think. There. That looks terribly good. Craftsman, Honda. This just fits. Look at that. It fits so good. Yeah, I should be able to fetch a small penny for this. I just wish this wasn't broken. I don't really want to change it. I have another Honda engine, but 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't think this one's gonna work. No. 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 Okay, so that's that. That's that. Handlebars are good. Just got to get some thingies for that, which I'll just pull it out of those ones, those bolts there. Just put those on and good to go. Right. That Amber Alert killed this phone too. I should have checked it when I checked the iPhone. I just didn't think it would. I'm going to have to turn those stupid things off. I can't have it killing my recording. That's ridiculous. Yeah, of course it did. Ay, ay, ay. I'm going to have a lot of faith in this camera. I hope it doesn't. I didn't screw it up. Well, it's still recording. And it says 4K 60, so battery's still good. Oh boy. Right. Okay, GoPro. You're doing good so far. Right on. Okay. Should have checked. I didn't realize that. Once I saw that, I should have checked them all. Oh well, too late. Move out of the way. What did I need to do? Oh, we need to try it. Oh, the air filter. This guy. And part number. Hold here for a minute for you guys. Okay, there you go. Right, now let's go cut some grass. If you're wondering what happened to the other husk, there it is. Stripped down, and that's all that's left. Pretty miserable shape. But I better stand it up and move it out of the way so I got the grass here. Alright, I wonder if it'll start without the choke. Let's see. Well, that was nice. At least it didn't go all the way in. Clearly that knot was not big enough. Not big enough. There. That should be better. Round 2. Fight! Nope, won't start without it. Turn the choke on then. Let's put it there.
Right, so let's cut this grass.
Well, how about that, eh, guys? That was fantastic. Actually, let's get a thumbnail. Let's see. Good. Okay. Let's see. No, not that one, eh? How about I know, with that one over there. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work for a second one. Maybe a third. Okay, perfect. Right. So not bad, right? Pull off that other engine that had a broken bolt and plop a Honda on there. And just take the original shroud, the Craftsman shroud, change the Yardman shroud, and there we go. That's awesome. That is, you'd never know that this was not the original engine. You'd swear blindly that this was the original engine on there, but nope. We changed that. We made it look way better. So gave this a better engine. On top of that, scrapped that old Yardman that was destroyed and gave this Craftsman a new life. And this engine, well, hey, that adds value to this. And these ball bearing wheels, this thing just pushes so nice and easy. It is a fantastic little mower to push. Look at that, did a great job cutting the grass. Now, I know you're curious why I leave this little strip here every single time. You see, my neighbor, him and I don't really get along, but one of the things that really stands out is when we had first moved here, I was shoveling the snow and I left this strip right here. You know, because that's not my property. That's his property. His property line to deal with. So I left it. And he got all uppity and snarky with me because I left that little bit of snow, and he complains like, "Oh, you can't just shovel that little bit of snow." And I looked at him, I'm like, "That's not my property, that's yours, you deal with it." And ever since then, although I've heard from previous people or other neighbors around here that this is just how he is, ever since then, I'm like, forget it, you deal with yourself. And the funny thing is, I've dug him out with my old snowblower, not my big one, my old battery powered one that I got rid of. But I had dug him out several times when it snowed. Never once got a thank you. So forget him. My other neighbor, however, not the previous one, they were a disaster, but the new ones, awesome. And they've thanked me. They've even brought me over baked goods and everything. So, I mean, I can't complain at all. Not at all. Why is that wet? Is it dripping fuel? I don't know. Is this thing full? Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet it's when I was putting the fuel back in there when I was from the other container. Because this isn't wet. Not at all. So it's definitely not dripping from here. So I think that's all that happened when I was pouring it in. So I'm just gonna run her dry to drain the fuel out of the carb, and then I guess give her a quick spruce up again, spray it off from. Let's take a look at the blade. So yeah, as you see, it looks like a brand new blade, but this is the blade that was on here. I cleaned it up, hit it down with the angle grinder to scrape off all the old grass and dirt and rust, and then gave it a coat with some black hard enamel paint. That way it protects the metal to help hopefully give it a long life, because, well, it would be nice. I mean, if the next owners, if they hit something, well, then the blade will die in a right hurry. But yeah, it's working great. Great little mower, guys. Great little mower. I'm glad this worked out the way it did. Glad I got that Yardman and got a hold of this Craftsman. So yeah, Honda engine on that Craftsman name fits perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. It's not bad, eh? Gave this mower a whole lot of extra value because it looks like almost a brand new tech. You throw that Honda name on here, the Honda engine, and bang. Easy, easy, easy. $200 right here. No problem whatsoever. It's in fantastic condition. I mean, we did a fair bit for this thing. I mean, new air filter, new top shroud, different engine, that brake cable, or engine control cable, it's the original one that was on there. New rope on 2 engines, so you guys got lucky. You got 2 rope changes in one video. Sharpened, refinish the blades, nice and balanced, and put a nice black sheen onto it. So not bad, guys. Another one saved from the scrapyard. Now to deal with that other engine. I don't look forward to pulling that thing out. But spark plug off for safety.
How dare you!